And hello to all the new people. I see there's a bunch more people here. I think we lost like a rebel trooper or two. Oh, let's build the Alliance base here. No, wait. That's a waste of money right now. Yes. So Red Squadron is no longer around, and Luke has gone to Dagobah to continue his training. At least that's the explanation. Who knows what he's really doing? He's probably smoking a joint. Hey. Oh, hello again. Did I build the Chiss shipyard? Good, because I need to test something. We're testing this live. This is the behind-the-scenes footage of ship being tested live. And that's Chiss shipyard should spawn in a watchkeeper in combat.
Reinforcements en route.
Haha! There it is. And now we have watchkeepers ready to go. That don't spawn TIE fighters for some reason. Oh, probably because, I know why. But I don't think that's even fixable. It might be. I'd have to change the way that the whole shipyard thing's coded. But that's okay because the shipyards are, the shipyards are going to have a huge overhaul in terms of how they work. So have no fear. We also do have an ion cannon that we can shoot through the line of sight, and that's not fixable because that's hard-coded into the game. Yay. Yay. And oh yeah, the V-Wings are actually a much more predominant force now with the Black Sun, because the Black Sun do use V-Wings in the canon, so we have added them back, and they now work. They're actually not bad fighters. We did change the way that it works. So they are a little bit more beefier, and they kind of work a little bit better as V-Wing, as just fighters in general. And then the Corellian Corvettes, also new model. It has turrets on it that rotate, as you can see. So some cool stuff like that. I do also have a Corellian ship here, just randomly. That survived way from the Naboo invasion. And this is just way too small, isn't it? Yep. So there's a bunch of stuff that, man, this mod is absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong. And now, of course, I have to say that now because I'm on the team. And but it has some problems, and that's why it's getting all fixed. To answer, yeah, someone already answered. It's Awakening of the Rebellion 2. So basically, it's Awakening of the Rebellion 2.50, which is hard to find on the internet now, and it normally only comes in German. And so basically, what we're doing now is, you know, I'm on the team of for Steiner, so I'm actually part of the development of the next mod version, which is going to be 2.6, and that's going to be, you know, English and German. And it's going to be the next step, and there's going to be a bunch of nice bug fixes and all that good stuff. So you can see the Watchkeeper, to protect their homeworld, the Chiss designed strong destroyers. Yeah, that's completely wrong. Sometimes you need a fresh set of eyes on a mod to get you to see things that are broken. Oh, let's upgrade that. And here comes their fleet. The Black Sun is playable, so you know we're definitely working on making it balanced and all that good stuff. Because a couple of Awakening of the Rebellion versions don't have them playable. This one definitely will, and they kind of have a lot of Clone Wars stuff, as you can see. So we're just waiting for this fleet to come in here. And we're going to ion cannon them. One of the coolest things is the ion cannon projectile. That's been redone. Let's send the Y-Wings going. A lot of ships also have hunt abilities now. Very important. Including the bombers. So, this is going to be a massive engagement right here. Uh-oh. Oh, please no. Why do the small hero corvettes, they always go in front? We need to defend this planet. The Venators already
Available.
half destroyed.
Ion cannon firing.
Star cruiser standing by. Form up. Destroyer here.
And the ship is rotating around as I'm pulling behind it with some ships. There's some close quarters combat going on over here.
Coordinates received. Target at maximum firepower.
They just swooped in and just went in like point blank.
Nebulon
It's crazy. Never seen AI do that before. The other thing is yes, there's been some work on AI done. And
Available.
so has been a lot of AI work done in terms of basically since the ship ranges have been expanded, the AI has gotten a little bit smarter just naturally, and then on top of that there's been a couple of other things that we've done, or at least I've done in there, and still planning to do, because the AI does need some work, and a lot of people had problems with getting their AI to work. That was a huge problem, and there's a reason behind that we found and we fixed. So for the next version, there definitely will be working AI. That's not going to be an issue anymore.
Space station under attack.
Hello, random ship.
at your command.
Take out the engines.
Fire on the engine.
One of the cooler things is that the turret on the Munificent now actually works properly as intended. It used to kind of bug out, not really work that well. That came with the complete, turret overhaul.
Shield generator is disabled.
So we definitely got some cool stuff out of just sweeping changes. Do change the game in quite a bit of ways. Small heroes are like lemmings. Yep. Yeah, the the Watchkeeper, or the the Watchkeeper right now spawns TIE Claws, but since it spawns out of the shipyard right now, I know exactly why it's not spawning it, and I'll definitely make them spawn. But either way, for now the ship will stay as a Chiss ship, but it will get reworked. It's going to be a Baccarat ship, and there's going to be, Baccarat shipyard and all that good stuff. So basically, there's a lot of outer world colonies that are going to get some cool,
Copy.
more shipyards in general. I know Mandalore plan to add that, Mandalore shipyard. We will also have Sullust shipyard, and that's where the Black Sun will get the 2 carriers
I copy.
from, and then the Empire will probably be able to also get them.
Weapons
On top of that, there's going to be just a lot of other ships that we just haven't announced yet, so
reporting.
you might get to see another one
Primary target.
as the mod continues. So the space station almost died, and I did lose, I think, 2 ships, and Nebulon B and Dreadnought, yeah, Corellian Corvette. But we defended it, so let's up the space station level. Yes, and after Luke disappears, they reorganized into Red Squadron, and there they are. I don't know, I think I like Red Squadron more. I think it's a little bit... it's unbalanced. And so you get it for a little bit, but then it goes away. So you have to use it while you can. It's kind of like a power ability that you then have to use for a little bit, and then you get Rogue Squadron afterwards. Let's see. Of course, you can see that all the text has been translated, even including the random things like the shipyards. Like you can see that it's all translated and stuff like that. Even this global space text, which used to not be translated either, that's all there. Let's reorganize this fleet up here, and then attack this.
Flying with orders.
And then we do have a MC-80 around here doing some. Let's see what they did. Did they? Yep. They definitely just retreated all their forces from the front line, so now I'm probably going to attack it afterwards. Because I'm evil like that. I'm glad you guys like the additions. you know, we're always open to suggestions. That doesn't mean that, you know, we're definitely going to add them in, but we definitely do take suggestions very, you know, importantly. One of the things that I think on the YouTube channel was suggested was to up the lasers, the visibility of them. That's definitely probably going to happen, as it is kind of a problem and stuff. Here's a new ship, or at least, well, it used to be in the mod. Got a new model and working turrets. The heavy Corellian corvette. However, since this mod or the Let's Play save has been running for a while, you used to be able to build this in the Corellian shipyard. That's no longer the case, and it's going to be built only for, it's a Black Sun specialty unit because it's an up-armored Corellian corvette, right? So the thought process behind that is that it's not a standard sort of ship. It's also not a cannon ship in the first place. It kind of spawned out of the modding community. So since it's like an upgrade on top of the Corellian corvette, it seems like a very Black Sun thing to do, to take a Corellian corvette and then put aftermarket upgrades on it. Lots of turbo lasers. So it's going to become one of those ships. The Empire still has them because, you know, the save still has them as the, you know, probably under Empire control, and they built them a while ago and they're still around. But yeah, new effects and all that, except, you know, obviously it's going to die because, I mean, look at the ships it's facing, so.
I am with you.
And then they do have 3 Star Destroyers up ahead.
Yes, Commander. Ready.
So let's
Clear-wing squadron reporting. Fire on their shield generator.
send out some fighters
Attacking. Targeting. Firing.
and blow some stuff up. A-Wings are just great at, basically, they're not that good at dogfights. They're amazing, however, in just sweeping and taking out like a crap load of fighters from behind. X-Wings are better suited for dogfights, considering their stronger shields and health. They work better in that area. And B-Wings right now are kind of the in-between. They're kind of like, they're good at, they're okay at everything but perfect at nothing. So they're amazing bombers. They're a lot more powerful, but the Y-Wings are just much more sturdy. Just for now, that's the balance that's happening. And I don't know what are you doing? Admiral Akbar. What type of strategy is this? Hey, show them your ass and your engines where none of your guns are facing, just so they can get, you know, destroyed.
Standing by. Excellent.
Wow, they're just getting destroyed. We have to refocus fire on these ships over here, or we're gonna get.
Concentrate all fire to that target.
And the Y-Wings are coming in. The cooler thing about the Y-Wings is that, you know, they can ion cannon in reverse, because they have a turret up there. We're probably going to replace a lot of models, at least in the, not in the next version of the mod, but the one after. A lot of these models are going to get changed. Probably not like these ships, but there's, you know, there's definitely a bug that's going to get fixed, and that's this. If you haven't noticed what's happening here, the lasers are hitting this like invisible orb outside of this Harrow Star Destroyer, and it's definitely a problem, and it's going to get fixed. I think Steiner is doing that right now, because that's a big problem, because almost none of the lasers can miss if this is the case. Like, you know, you have this huge giant orb that, you know, none of the lasers are going to miss, and so that means that the ship sucks because all the lasers hit it, and you can't even dodge any lasers. And this Victory Star Destroyer is getting pretty destroyed. This guy's a really powerful hero. We're probably not going to change him much. Same thing with Admiral Akbar. He's going to stay the way he is for now. But this ship is just a blessing. Like, once you get to actually buy these things, which you, in this version right now you can't, but it's definitely going to happen. But once you get to buy those, it's going to be ridiculous. You can see that those ships, having one of these in your fleet, they match Star Destroyer power easily, and they will take out all that stuff, no matter, you know, what they have. They almost took out my my Mon Calamari ship, or my Admiral Akbar, but, you know, we got through it. So that's defended. Let's reorganize Red Squadron. I think a good idea would be to
Constructing unit.
buy some stuff here.
Constructing unit. Unit cancelled. Constructing unit.
Yes.
Enemy fleet.
Also, a lot of structures, I know it's not very well explained, but a lot of structures actually do give you credits, including these starfighter shipyards. So, you know, even though they cost 4,000, they do slightly increase the amount of credits simply because they allow for smuggling activities in the area. So it's stuff like that that also needs to get reworked and kind of explained better. A manual is definitely going to happen sooner or later. Wow. That's a lot of ships. Yeah. And definitely that is, I see a comment about that you're broke all the time as the rebellion, and then yeah, you can build mines after you become the New Republic. And the way to get credits, yeah, I kind of explained it. A lot of random buildings give you credits. The ground, the barracks, they all give you a very small amount of credits. So it's always good to just keep building up the ground forces. Even though it initially costs a lot, it does help in the end. Smugglers are huge for the rebellion. I'll show that off in a little bit. And here's something that definitely has to get fixed, is how bright this planet is. Right, you can't even see any of the lasers fire right now with this planet being so bright.
Station ready. Frequency open. Frigate responding. Ready for action.
So let's just speed this up real quick. You can see that since I have no capital ships in this fleet, right away you see that my sensor range is much smaller. Space stations are also going to have a very similarly, they're going to have small-ish sensor ranges, simply because we want the attackers to have a sensor advantage. Even though it might seem weird, that's just something that we should, it's better for balance, unless, yeah, you can see that you can barely see the lasers here. And it kind of sucks, but that Corellian Corvette just got destroyed. The other thing is the Corellian Corvette can no longer be purchased by the Black Sun, because it gets replaced with the heavy Corellian Corvette that I showed off before.
I get no reading.
Which one of the Rebel heroes allows you to lower prices? That would be,
Light system.
what's the guy's name? Lando Calrissian's one of them. You get him on Bespin. What's the next one? I know Admiral Akbar reduces prices of space stations. There's definitely another one. Mon Mothma, obviously. I mean, she will reduce almost everything that you buy by 25%, I think, or maybe even 50. The Empire has some. The Empire has the Emperor, and they have a couple of governors.
Wing here.
And the Black Sun has Prince Scissor,
Awaiting
or Scissor, however the hell you say his name.
fire at will.
So every faction has some form of, you know, reducing money, and of course corruption reduces money. Yeah, you can see it's really hard to see on these planets. That's definitely a fix that's inbound. I'm probably gonna have to talk to Steiner about that. I don't think that's been mentioned in our meetings, but I definitely have taken notice. So I definitely notice suggestions that you know, people give out.
Reporting. Yes,
We want to make, you know, the mod as fun to play for everyone. If you're gonna download the mod, the version that I'm playing right now, you're not gonna get this one because it's currently in development. So since this is a sneak preview of the mod itself, for now, the previous version is a lot different. If you get 2.05, it's completely different. If you get 2.5, it's similar, but you're not going to have as many of the ships. You're also not going to have a lot of balance changes. And
your orders.
a lot of the English translations are not going to be top-notch at the moment. So I warn you that if you download it now, you know, you're going to have an older version of the mod. That's just the way it is. I will be uploading to the official Awakening of the Rebellion mod page the text file that we're using right now, just so that you guys can, you know, have a translation at least, in case you want to play the newer versions that are in German only, and you want to, you know, change it to English. It's easily done. Why am I defending this planet? I should not be doing this right now. Here's also another ship coming in. If you've played Steiner Advanced Units, this ship is from there. It's the Acclamator, and it's got modified turrets on top of it. Right now the turrets are static because it's a in progress model. Steiner's also re-rigging this right now. These turrets are going to rotate, and it has no text, you know, right now, because I mean it's being added as we speak. Texture's going to get changed. It's also going to get re-rigged and all that good stuff. So it's kind of like it's a Black Sun unit that, you know, since Black Sun has a lot of Clone Wars stuff, we kind of continue that tradition, bring back the Acclamator, kind of modify it to make it more Black Sun-esque. And then the Empire is going to have a very similar ship, except you're not going to be able to buy them as the Empire. You're just going to get them in Galactic Conquest. You get a few, and then you have to work with them, and if they get destroyed, then they're gone for good. But the Empire one will not have the turrets on it, so it's a little bit different. So one of the biggest problems with the Black Sun was they just didn't have that much unique stuff. They were kind of you know, they were using like pirate units and stuff like that, and while, you know, we want to keep that theme, we definitely want to make them an actual faction that people enjoy playing. We want to make it like kind of like the Zon Consortium was, in terms of like flavor. But of course the Zon Consortium was just completely broken in the original, or in the expansion pack. Absolutely, like, I don't know, some of the designs for like that stuff, they came up with all their ships, like all the ships in there were new, and they didn't kind of work within the Star Wars realm. They just created their own crap as that game came out, and it was just weird. They had like Ewoks that, like, you know, were suicide bombers. It was just kind of weird. It just didn't feel right, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Primary target is the shield generator. Primary target
Our
acquired.
space station is
But yeah, feel free, definitely don't, just because I said that the older version of the mods are you know, that you won't have the newest version that I'm playing right now, you know, don't be afraid to try them, because they're still amazing. I mean, it's Awakening of the Rebellion. The mod has always been quite amazing, no matter which version you play. It's kind of the reason why I started, you know, working with the team and helping them out on it, because I absolutely adore this mod. I play this mod. I've been playing this mod for a good, what's it been? Since 2010. So 4 years. I've been playing all the versions. I do enjoy a lot of the other, you know, a lot of the other mods that are out there. I very much enjoy Thrawn's Revenge. I think that adding all those factions is just absolutely crazy. They have like a crazy amount of units. The thing that bothers me about that mod is that there's no death animations for half the ships, and it just looks weird. So I don't know, it's just kind of a nitpick. It's a very amazing mod. If you don't care about death animations, then it's just an amazing mod anyways. It has a lot of, you know, heroes from the books, and it's absolutely canon and all that stuff. Has a lot of interesting, you know, game mechanics. The other one that I really enjoy is Republic at War. However, Republic at War is very difficult to play. The AI is brutal. I mean, just absolutely brutal in that mod. And I love it, but at the same time, it's just like every time I'm playing it, I get exhausted. Because I'm just like, wow, like, I'm just getting like, I feel like I'm playing a real human being. And it's crazy. I also very much hope to be able to make Galactic Conquest in in this mod a multiplayer available. However, the thing happened is that the GameSpy servers, they shut down, and this game was using the GameSpy servers, so now you have to use a workaround to play this game online. And it's kind of weird. It just kind of sucks that support has kind of just went down the shitter for this game in terms of multiplayer. Yeah. Where the heck are the rest of these guys? This is why I added hunt abilities. One of the other cool things is that before, you know how you used to be able to switch weapons. It used to be the missile from the T4B on the ground, and it used to give that very annoying sound. Now all the secondary weapons are this new icon and the sound. So it's kind of a little bit more apparent what that button does. You know, it says secondary weapons, which is the unit's fire mode, and then when you look at the description, at the bottom it says secondary weapon, ion cannon. So it's a little bit more clear now what the ships can do. You know, find the enemies here. Oh, there's the freighter.
Order received. It's as good as gone.
Oh man. Alright, well, as stuff is scouting,
Frigate reporting.
do I have engines on these ships? No. These ships barely survive, by the way. It's kind of crazy. You can just see the detail of the stuff we do. You know, flashing lights on these ships. These models are very old, by the way, so all this stuff is going to get reworked. It's kind of the plan for now. Since 2.6 is just mainly bug fixes, it's not going to have any new models per se unless there's a new ship and the ones that have already been added. So for now we're just trying to get the gameplay working perfectly. And after that we'll make an entire visual overhaul. One of the things that I've also done here... Oh, you didn't get to see it. Oh well. Well anyways, this Crusader gunship gets dual turbo or dual lasers on it. And you get some cool stuff, and it blows fighters up, and it's awesome. Okay, so we defended that planet. I like how this fleet has been here for I don't know how long, forever. Right next to Mandalore, it's just sitting there. What is this? Praetor. Where'd they get this ship from? I thought I destroyed all their shipyards. Well, we can't have that, can we? Yep, planetary invasion in Bastion. This sucks. Okay, well, oh, what's going on here? Alright, let's reorganize. Alright, we'll see what happens here. This might suck. The Clone Wars? Clone Wars 4.0. I've never heard of that. Needless to say, there's been a lot of mods that I haven't played. Back in the day, there was a lot of mods back in the day that were interesting. I don't know if you guys ever played Xerox 3.5. That mod was freaking crazy. The balance was just all over the place. The ships were also all over the place. Why does this keep happening? Well, whatever. And Bastion is definitely a new map that's been added way back when. I don't remember when. It's been a while. That was in one of the older versions of the mods. But this is definitely like a cool map. They got 2 AT-ATs. This... We might need to retreat. I mean, I don't... This looks pretty bad right now.
Yes, sir. Men, prepare for assignment. We're right behind you. Yes, sir.
We'll see what we can do with the stuff we got.
Right away.
We've secured a door.
Yeah, Xerox was crazy. Xerox is actually the guy that made Republic at War. I think he was one of the leaders on. He's definitely the leader on it. In terms of what he does, I think he models. Xerox is a pretty cool guy. He's been here since the start. He's been in the modding community for a long time. Along with a lot of the guys that are actually still making mods. They've been making mods for a long time. Wow, this is just ridiculous.
Standing by. Squadron reporting. Moving out.
Unit destroyed.
Awaiting your order.
Absolute decimation right here.
Construction complete.
There's not really much we can do right now. They have shielded stormtroopers as well, which is the veteran stormtroopers. Stormtroopers have classes in here. Actually, a lot of infantry have classes, so you get like levels of them, and they each cost a little bit more and do a little bit different things. So elite stormtroopers actually do have shield generators and long rifles and stuff like that. Oh no! No, they built an AA gun right under my nose.
Unit destroyed.
Yes, Commander.
Is there another ATT coming in? Yeah, there is.
Move out. Ready for order. Your lead. Heading out.
Let's get the X-wings going on the AT-AT. Meanwhile, I don't know. The rebel infantry can possibly handle some things around here. The thing is, yeah, Republic at War. I forget what happened with it. I think Xerox went on leave. Nobody's heard from him in a while. So another team has gone in, or at least an older, like, team that was previously working on it has gone in and, you know, kept working on it and is releasing, I think, it's like kind of like an expansion pack to Raw. It's pretty interesting. Adding some other ships from the canon, giving Republic a lot of new units because they desperately need them. They didn't really have that much stuff. Oh no, they have TIE fighters of their own. I think we should fall back. They have too much stuff here.
Form up. Heading out. Providing backup.
Unit destroyed.
Constantly destroying my T-3Bs. Leave me alone.
We can't hold out any longer. All forces
Hopefully the rebel hero survives.
destroyed.
Hopefully these tanks survive too, because wow.
System lost.
And they took back Bastion again. Bastion
Approaching.
Bastion throughout this Let's Play, and now this, you know, continuing it. This planet has changed what is it, occupation so many times, it's just ridiculous.
Construction complete.
Why am I only making 7,000 credits? Seems pretty low. So here's the other way that you can make credits is by hiring rebel sympathizers, and they will steal credits for you. They're extremely important right now, and we did actually survive that. You can also create Jedi eventually, but I don't feel like spending the money right now. Jedi are actually being worked on right now. They're kind of weak at the moment for being Jedi.